Hey guys, so Lord here, back again with another overview, and today we'll be taking a look at the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins Wave 7, and I'm happy to report that this wave was properly distributed. This was a really easy wave to get a hold of. They had plenty in stock at my local Target. Not sure when Walmart's going to get these, but Target seems to be the place to go to get really anything right now. Spider-Man Retro Wave, MOTU Revelations. Sorceress just ate crap there. Or no, Jitsu did. That said, first order of business, Mattel, you need to tighten up the joints on these figures. They've been doing that quite a bit lately, so not cool. That said, that's really my only complaint. I didn't have any Roboto or Hordak type issues with these guys, so that is a plus. But yeah, I will say, you need to tweak your molds. You need to make sure they are tight because the price is going up, but the quality ain't, and that's a problem because McFarlane Toys is kind of having the reverse of that. The price isn't going up, but the quality is going down. Imagine if the price went up just a couple bucks, the quality might actually go up just a smidge. It would be tolerable, to say the very least. That aside, I don't want to go on a tangent here, but I gotta tell you, my expectations for this wave were kind of like in the negative. I didn't have very, very high expectations for this wave, mostly because two of them we just got, Sorceress and the Stratos, especially the Stratos. I'm going to get into that towards the end. But I also didn't already have a Sorceress, so I kind of appreciate that figure a little bit more, even though it's not my beloved 2000X Sorceress that's like the smoking hot Egyptian goddess version with the big old wings. I hope we get that at some point. That'd be really freaking cool, but I do like this version. It's kind of the mind's eye view of Sorceress for 80% of MOTU fans, even the 2000X ones like myself. When I think of Sorceress, this is still typically the first one I think of. It's how she looked in the Vintage line. It's how she looked in Filmation, which is just the superior version of MOTU. I'm just kidding. That's a personal opinion of everyone but me. I still say the original mini comics in 2000X are my preferred MOTU canon, but it's okay to be different, right? If everyone was the same, the world would be a very dull and boring place, wouldn't it? But moving on to the first figure I reviewed from this line, this wave, we have Buzz-Off, who surprised me because he is absolutely stupid looking, but that figure is awesome. I love that figure. He's got the appropriate hinge in the grip hands, and his helmet is a little bit better implemented. I think it's a helmet. I don't know what it is. It looks stupid either way, but I keep it on him because I don't want to put something else in the bag. Okay? That said, they did give him little antennas so that thing actually stays on his head, unlike his vintage counterpart, which just kind of falls off. So I do appreciate that. Curious to see if we get a snout spout in the future, because he does have that axe. So that'll be kind of cool to see. That said, it does make me excited for my boy Scarfle and his homeboy Whiplash, because if you watch 2000X, Clawful and Whiplash are homies. That's the canon. That's how it was. They were Tweedledee and Tweedledum, to say the very least. But it makes me excited for those characters. I hope to see them very, very soon. It says on Big Bad Toy Store that Wave 8 is supposed to drop in March, so hopefully it'll drop in March and not, you know, May. Although I wouldn't mind, because your boy's kind of tapped on funds right now, and it's starting to get on his nerves. But moving on from Buzz-Off, he's awesome. He's got a lot of new parts going on. You knew that, though. We got probably my favorite of the wave, Jetta. That's right, good old Kung Pao Chicken restaurant owner Jitsu, and I am forcing yawns out during this video, so I apologize, but your boy needs like an adrenaline shot that lasts like a month, because there's no way he's not going to be yawning in some videos for a while. He's just not himself lately. He can't pull his head out of his butt and wake the heck up. But we got Jetta, Excuse me, I didn't do the buzz off voice. Buzz off. But now we got Jetta, and Jitsu is my favorite from this wave. I love his blinged out hand. I love how simplistic he is. He's just a fun figure to take out the package and just start messing around with him. I hope my buddy Vampire, shout out to Vampire, gets him soon, because he is to him as Scareglow is to me, and every other character is a T-Biz, because that fool just can't make up his mind. I already made that joke, but I figured I'd make it again, because it's a fact. Fact of life. But Jitsu, I got no complaints other than the one foot's kind of loose on mine. Not a fan of that, but what are you going to do? I just keep telling Mattel that they need to tighten them joints up a bit, retweak the molds. Should fix that. Moving on from him, though, we have the Sorceress, who is my favorite female figure in this line so far. I do like her a lot. A little bit more fun than Teela and Evelyn and, you know, the Green Goddess, who's just a Teela repaint. A little bit more fun than She-Ra too, mostly because she stands up and she has the better looking knees. But I will say, of this line, She-Ra and the Sorceress are probably the strongest females. She-Ra has the nice use of soft goods and the removable crown part, while this one has the cool wings on the back. Just a little bit more fun factor there. Albeit, I do wish She-Ra had the upgraded knees like this figure. Which, unlike Teela, which you can buy an extra Sorceress and swap those legs on a Teela, that's an option if you want to go that route. I will say the skin is a little bit more matte on the Sorceress than it is on Teela, but if that doesn't bother you, then have at it. But if it does, maybe hold off until they make another Teela, because then you can get the arms to match. I think we'll get like a Battleground style Teela at some point. I don't see them not doing that. I think they're going to call it Battle Armor Teela though, and maybe make it a deluxe figure. We shall see. But Sorceress, really fun figure, really simple, but my mind's eye view of Sorceress for the most part, even though I am a big 2000X guy. But moving on from her, we have the probably one of the worst figures in this line, the mini comic Stratos. Okay. So I know in my review I harped on the fact that he should have had the red wings and the blue harness, which I still think he should have had, mostly because the first release didn't have those, and that figure's not exactly hard to get. I don't believe at this point Wave 4 is kind of when this line was a little bit more readily available, just a little bit. I know Wave 3 was kind of out of sight, out of mind, and so was Wave 2. They got that a couple of times up here, but it didn't hang out like Wave 4, Wave 5, Wave 6, and now Wave 7 especially. So, you know, again, they're picking up the distribution on this line, but that Stratos figure from Wave 4, I don't think it's that expensive on the secondary market. It might even be available in the stock for retail price in some places, but that said, he already came with the blue wings and the red harness. It would have been nice if this guy came with the red wings and the blue harness, and at the end of the day you could have just swapped him out, had the appropriate mini comic colors going on. But at the end of the day, this figure's not really supposed to have a harness. He's supposed to have the little neck feather part, and he doesn't have that either, or a Staff of Avion or anything. So it just seems like Stratos is getting the shortest end of the stick possible when it comes to releases. They don't really give a crap about Stratos. He doesn't come with any kind of accessory, like again the Staffs of Avion, or the little neck feather piece, or anything to kind of spruce him up a bit. He just seems kind of basic and boring and bland and generic. I mean, yes, Zodak was that way too, but that's how Zodak usually is. Stratos is cool when they give a crap and make him cool. 2000X did a really good job at making Stratos really freaking cool with little jets on his feet, the more pronounced jetpack and wings. He looked awesome. But this line just seems to want to make him nothing more than a generic Beastman repaint. I mean generic. So unfortunately he is one of the least favorites not only of this wave but this whole line for me. Right up there with the Evelyns, Orko, and anyone I've had a major QC issue with, really. So, yeah, unfortunately this Stratos is probably the only figure I would say pass on, because he's not really essential. He is a mini comic repaint, much like the Beastman and the Merman, but at least those had something going for them. They had the Lords of Power heads and armor pieces and the mini comic colors. They looked different enough, they were special enough to warrant a purchase. This guy is just a cheap repaint, much like the Anti-Eternia He-Man's going to be in Wave 8, but I could say wholeheartedly that's at least interesting. And comes with some accessories, so, well, some better accessories, I'll say, with the shield, axe, and sword. So with that being said, that pretty much wraps it up for this wave. Maybe the last overview I do on this channel, because even though I am going to go to a 5 videos a week video schedule, there are things I would rather do than overviews for weekends and such. So I don't know if we'll continue the overviews or not. If I do, you know, you're welcome. I do plan on doing them for the Armadillo and Colossus waves when I finish those waves. I don't have the figures without the back parts yet. I want to acquire those before I do any kind of overview for those. Even if it is like super duper late, I do plan on doing overviews for those waves. So stay tuned for that. But as far as the overviews go, I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of fade out. They already kind of did with Masterverse Wave 1. I just tacked it on to the end of the Battle Cat video. But for those of you who do like these types of videos, I will be doing them still for Build-A-Figure waves. I will do them at the end of the Build-A-Figure reviews. So, you know, you're not going to fully lose the overviews, but they're not going to be their own videos. So if you just like seeing the review of the BAF, I will give you a brief overview of the entire wave during probably the comparisons of those videos. So, with that said, I will try and leave links in the description below to all the individual reviews of these guys, which should be up by now. Obviously, that's why I'm doing this. And this is my last video before we actually transition to that new video format. I have a 2021 year-end review going up tomorrow, or later today, depending on when this is posted. And you can check that out. I'll talk about the new review schedule a little bit more, and what I have planned for the future of the channel. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this overview. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you are so inclined, please hit that notification bell so you know whenever I upload more content to the channel. Got plenty coming your way, because we got to show that algorithm who's boss, right? And if you haven't already, hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially when I can't wake the heck up. God dang it, man. With that being said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later. This ends now, Skeletor. Boy, am I gonna fist you good. Pow, right in the... Not so fast, Feastor. You fools, prepare to suffer the awesome might of Chopper. The name is a Jetta. Yeah, whatever, just kick his ass. I ain't scared of this bloke. Ha-ha, but you should be. Kong Pow!
Oh no, he killed Fisto, the coolest character in the universe.
Yes, and wait, what was that last part?
I plead the fifth?